What's up, diggity dogs? Give me a high five! In the last episode, we did a ranking of all of the bosses from Dark Souls 1, or most of them anyway. Now we're going to be doing a ranking of one of my favorite adult cartoons of all time, Smiling Friends. Now this series got immediately gained a cult classic status, widespread acclaim, for bringing a hefty dose of idealism to the adult cartoon industry, despite presenting itself as another dark, cynical comedy. It's only 90 minutes long, but it makes use of every gosh darn second of it. Well, most of the seconds of it, because episode 9, it was just bad. Not even in a funny bad way, just bad. I really didn't enjoy it, to be honest. Okay, here are the guys I don't remember, or just didn't do enough to be worthy of note. I'm going off the wiki, it's just these guys really didn't have a lot to do. I mean, I would have recorded this thing the day I saw the show, the day I binged the show, but my sister's boyfriend was visiting, so I couldn't make a lot of noise. But he left now, and now I can finally record this. So, starting off with our main two protagonists, Pim and Charlie. Okay, first off, Pim, the idealist of the duo. Just like with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, both of the main characters are in the ahoy category. Pim, because he, despite the fact that, he is the idealist of the group, really captures the spirit of this show, a poorly drawn cartoon character in an uber cynical world that that's still uber idealistic even when his own family is annoyed by him. And I love his slight British accent. That was also kind of funny. And it really feels like a character from a idealistic cartoon in the world of this cynical cartoon. Which moves us on to another character, Pim's foil / partner, Charlie. He really captured, his design itself, is the perfect encapsulation of, the Psychic Pebbles art style, with, the Peppa Pig cheated angle. Otherwise known as Yellow Man, as stated by Shrimpo. But, this character is, he's much more of a realist, not much like an edgy cynic, but just a blunt, honest realist. Not an edgy cynic. That's what I like about this show. It's just he's grounded instead of being edgy and cynical, which is something refreshing. So having a genuine idealist, not naive idiot, and a grounded realist, not some edgy cynic, that's what really makes the show work. These two. So next, 3D, I forget his name, he was kind of good, it doesn't really work as much when there's so many other 3D characters that show up in the series, so just good. Funny example of, showing the two cynical guys, how he, he wasn't an alien, but, yeah, he was average, to be honest, actually. The alien guy, average, he's not good because he's a sci-fi character in a fantasy series. That's not even fantasy, so just average. Alan, he was a great character. He went as a Joker during the Halloween episode, which was a really good example of the show's humor. And I loved his determined quest to stop the Oblivion infestation in episode 1. So yeah, he's a great character, though I wish they gave him more to do. I know that it's supposed to be this 4-man band with him, the two, and Gleb, but they just didn't give him enough to do. The princess, she was a good character simply because she was voiced by Futaba from Persona 5, and also Luna from Hell of a Boss, and also Milady from Soul Hackers 2. That's a underrated entry in the SMT series. But I did find it odd that like she was supposed to be a treasure figure, even though she was like a royalty and more or less the ruler of the land. She could have easily just had maybe smoked with her authority or something. But anyway, good on her for getting rid of her stalker, I guess. Number 15. I mean, this character was literally just that one joke, the number 15 voice. Showing up didn't really do much other than that. Yep, I mean, one thing I realized is they put every character on the series here. And I do mean every character here. Charlie's grandma, average, like, grandmas are kind of cool. I like my grandma. So, there she is. The guy hiding in the wall is good simply because he emphasizes the importance of privacy. Even when you're hiding out in someone else's house, privacy is still important. Even when you're reading a Wikipedia article. Soda guy. I think I just love like, okay, the Salties episode was pretty funny because like it just showed like all these like mascots, like just how like all these mascots would actually function in real life. And this guy was just one of the funnier examples because he was just like a ridiculous shape like, in that costume. Delivery guy, this guy's good because I used to work at a DoorDash, like that was my first bit of employment that I got on my own, which is actual employment. Demon guy, good, just kind of cool, didn't really do that much. Desmond, okay, this is the first Ahoy character. Like, the first episode really helped set the tone of the series. Like, the two are trying to cheer people up, but then they find this one guy who wants to smoke himself, but then they realize, like, Charlie's all like, look, I know it's our job to help this guy. And as one commenter pointed out, like, most of them is drawn realistically, but, like, the other hand is, like, looks like it was drawn by a 6-year-old. And I actually don't know, but I'm pretty sure he was voiced by Mr. Plinkett. That was pretty funny. But yeah, the funniest part is the ending, where after the whole episode of having being in a deep depression, once she shoots down one of the police, he realizes, hey, that felt good, and then he decides to become the pest control guy, which was very touching. And it really shows that this is still like a cynical adult cartoon, despite our protagonist's idealism. Desmond's mother, very good, very nice of her to care for her son when he was depressed. The devil guy, yeah, I really like the stop motion art style. Though I feel like the Dark Lord just going about his regular dude, like doing like normal things like ordering food and complaining about normal things. That joke is kind of overdone. But yeah, I mean, he's not as good a depiction as in the SMT series, where I spent like most of the game trying to fuse him in Persona 5, but this is a good interpretation of him. The Tech Deck guy, good because he had that cool skateboard trick, which is pretty nice. The Dark Egg guy, good because he showed the security footage and like the world just wasn't ready for his spiciness. Jimmy Fallon, just kind of cool. I forget if people are supposed to like this. I forget if Jimmy Fallon's controversial or not. And I mixed him up with Jimmy Kimmel. Plus, he was, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Fallon, like he was on iCarly and The Boys. That was kind of fun. The Forest Demon guy, I feel like this guy was just kind of cool. Like, on the one hand, having like a stop motion Forest Demon guy, like, just like that's, I feel like having him like, that was kind of cool, but like it really fell flat at the ending when he goes, no, this isn't Black Blaze, I'm actually a demon. Like having him like actually act like lose his horror persona Like, I feel like it should have kept, like, it would have been a lot funnier if he was, like, kept on the horror persona while they attacked him while he's always doing blackface. Like, it just, like, I feel like watching a horror villain get completely humiliated in a ridiculous way is, like, an underrated genre. There's a certain other film where, like, a certain other 2020 horror film where that would have worked. But, so he's just kind of cool. But really like how they had but that was one of the I really feel like the whole episode was just building up to that joke, and they didn't use it to its fullest potential. The two funny creatures, it was kind of funny how, like, Pym was able to understand their ridiculous story, even though they didn't speak English, but, like, really, don't really know what these guys. I feel like they were just, like, a random joke for the sake of it, but it was kind of funny, so just good. Gleb, another great character, given how he doesn't actually speak. But great character because of, like, on the one hand, I mean, like, he's not an Ahoy because he doesn't have any speaking lines. But I really feel like they did a better thing than the Minions with the character that has no voice lines. Because they do at least try to get, actually... Yeah, Gleb was just pretty funny. But I wish they gave him more to do. Grim and Gnarly, I feel like it's the same thing from PNS with the Penny and Socking with and also Breadwinners, where they just have the evil counterpart to our protagonist duo. But it was kind of funny, like showing how like really deconstructing this like edgy, cynic perspective. Like these guys would most likely be a good like protagonist in a show like Rick and Morty, but it really shows how like this. They're great foils to Pym and Charlie. It shows just how hollow these like internet edgelords are. And it was a funny, funny moment where the boss confronted him. The Goblin guy, yeah, he didn't really do that much. Yes, the Most High, great because I'm a Christian, and he's voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. I'm very glad that they gave the late Gilbert Gottfried a voice role this dignified. The TV guy, another great character. And the TV character, I mean, this looks like one of the hardest TV shows ever created. I really wish it was real. I mean, it's not as good as the Mr. Frog show, but it was still went pretty hard. The Grease guy, good. I mean, it could have been him that killed Simon S. Salty, but it wasn't, sadly. The TV hostess, very funny, like how it showed how funny moment how they showed even she wasn't safe from the nonsense of the show. The horror host guy, I mean, this was good because it shows just how full of it, like one of these horror, host guys would actually be, like, and they, like, showed how disruptive it would actually be. Jennifer, like, I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I think, like, it was kind of funny, the joke with her, like, I can't tell, I think she was voiced by Tara Strong, but, I think it was, like, kind of obvious that this wasn't actually Shrimpina, like, and that they don't never address her as such. And that she never addresses, Shrimp, who we will be getting to! Sigh! But, like, I feel like the joke is kind of obvious, and she's just kind of average, and, like, just, like, a very plain character. That demon guy, I think it was that was kind of funny how, like, just Charlie just casually shuts him down for being annoying. Dave, wait, who is this character? I don't know. Ketchup, kind of cool, I guess. The ant, I mean, it's kind of cool, but it doesn't make me feel any better. Mip, I feel really split on this character. On the one hand, like, the 1997 version of The Hobbit, it's a criminally underrated animated film. It really shows, like, the vision of, Tolkien's vision like the vision of Tolkien's Legendarium before like the big CGI films. Criminally underrated film. Glad it references, but on the other hand, like they didn't really deconstruct the character. They just said, "Hey, what if Bilbo Baggins was a sociopath for no reason?" Like, I mean, Lord of the Rings, the Legendarium isn't without its critics, but like that this just doesn't make sense. This is just straight up character assassination, and it's not fun. But they did actually make him be a stalker by like going to the characters in this show actually know what stalking means. So just garbage like character assassination and stuff like that. The Renaissance men, that those guys aren't Renaissance, they're Crusaders, that those are two different eras. Mr. Frog, okay, he is another Ahoy character. Hello. I mean, the first 3 episodes of this show, like, they are, I'm gonna be honest, they are by far the best. Like, just how, like, they take, like, the poorly drawn adult cartoon and go completely nuts with it. But Mr. Frog, like, I mean, he's like this huge celebrity getting canceled, but he's like a poorly drawn frog. I mean, he's better than most of the characters in Amphibia. I did a ranking of the Amphibia characters a while ago, if you remember. That was like 2 years ago or something. But yeah, Mr. Frog, one of the funny things is that, like, even though he has like this $1 billion mansion, he just watches Jimmy Fallon clips on YouTube. Hello. And he has a defiant moment against the studio execs that ruined his show. So he's just an Ahoy character. Hello. Mustard, I feel like this is another, like, good because it was a funny deconstruction of, like, a parody of, like, the fast food mascot. The fan guy really shows, like, just how kind of cool, just like that simple gag into it. Pim's father, that was kind of fun. Like, Pim's parents, like, they were good. Like, I feel like they kind of stole that joke from Hell of a Boss, where, like, they're trying to show, like, the guy how life is worth living. But then they just, like, whenever they try showing something, they just show it, like, a cynical rendition of it. But I feel like this was just a simple joke, like, his family life stunk. Rex, garbage. He is a studio exec in a Warner Bros. Show. Fill it in from there. These two guys, I mean, like, it was kind of funny how this was basically just a Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Like, but, like, in a different, like, shape. Like, that was a funny design. The Toothhead guy, average. Didn't really do anything. Just another rendition of the other Ren guy. Salt and Pepper, average. Shrimp, I mean, another Ahoy level character. Sigh, I am sad that he did not appear in later episodes. And, like, the shot that you see right there, that is some of the best Shrimp in animation. And he has one of the best voice performances in the show. Sigh. And also Mouse Quest 2. That looked like one of the hardest video games ever created. I actually beat up Bloodborne earlier today, and it looks like it doesn't go nearly as hard as a Mouse Quest 2. Simon has okay, okay, he is another holy level character. The fact that he's this extremely sus-looking guy. That's actually in live act. That's the only live action character in the show. No one cares. And he's also the head of a fast food restaurant. And he was somehow murdered by all of his, like, animated mascot comrades. That is just an example of the shitpost level of this show. And earns him into the Ahoy territory. Pimp sister, good because I can relate to the scene of, like, having your obnoxious sister bringing her obnoxious boyfriend to dinner. That was a funny and relatable joke. Spormoo, good. Very sad that he didn't enter the show. Looks like people voted. And I'm pretty sure he's just a number 15 guy from there. sorry, Smormu didn't show up. The Witch, I mean, kind of a good, cool joke, like how they made fun of, like, how, like, cheap a lot of these, like, riddle guys are in, like, fairy tales. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like it wasn't really a lot of fun to, like, rank every single, joke one-off character. And finally, we have the boss. Like, I mean, they didn't have him be, like, this super I mean, like, on the one hand, Meat... Okay, great character. He's very clearly Meat Canyon's art style. Meat Canyon is one of my favorite internet animators, right up there with VivziePop, and, like... But also, like, I feel like what stops him from reaching a Hoi character, I think it was just, like, too weird and random. Kind of like midnight between Pops from Regular Show and the G-Man. But he is kind of a ridiculous enough character of the show. And he's very clearly plotting something. So, there we have it.